definitely not career.
Back here at the Richmond International Raceway, continuing our post-race coverage following the Chevy Rock and Roll 400 down here with Tony Stewart. 19th tonight, and not an overwhelming evening for you.
No, not at all. This is not the night the Home Depot team wanted, but you know, it wasn't for a lack of effort. I mean, Zippy, poor Zippy, I mean, he's about half dead in the trailer right now. He's been sick all weekend, and you know, for him to have to dig like he did this weekend, and you know, we just got caught on that sequence of pit stops where you know, guys pitted after the accident. A bunch of us stayed down. We just got caught under that, and you know, had to race hard to try to stay on the lead lap. But you know, it just wasn't the night we were looking for. We never got the car where we wanted it, and it wasn't terrible. But you know, this place, if you looked on the timesheets, everybody was so close that if you were a little bit off, you were way off. So it just wasn't the night we were looking for.
Yeah, that's something that happens here because the guys that are up front are so strong. If you're off just a tick, man, you're in trouble.
Yeah, but that's what makes winning at Richmond so much fun. Is you know, the nights that you win here are the nights that you had a car that was 100% right on the money. So you know, it makes you appreciate those nights that you do have good nights here. But it makes it very frustrating on nights that you're a little bit off and know that it's going to be a lot at the end.
You've got one championship, and now you have a chance to win another. Your thoughts looking ahead to the final 10 races?
We got a lot of work to do, but you know, that's the great thing about our Home Depot team. It's just like, you know, the relief efforts. We got a bunch of Home Depot associates that are down there, you know, helping rebuild Florida and helping try to protect the people that are staying down there. But you know, that's just the way our race team is too. I mean, we never quit. These guys will dig deeper than they've ever dug before to try to get us where we need to be for these last 10 weeks. But it's going to be tough. I mean, you're not going to be able to slip. You're not going to be able to have nights like we had tonight and think that you're going to win a championship because this group's too tough.
Well, if you think it's been a tough night so far, now the booth guys get to jump in and start asking questions. So hang on.
Hey, Tony, you guys are so good at the last part of the season. Is there a racetrack coming up in the last 10 that you'll be relieved once it's done? I mean, you worry about one of the tracks coming up out of the last 10?
Probably Talladega.
That's what I thought.
I'm sure that's probably been a common response from a lot of people tonight. But you know, you look at Dover, Loudon. We've you know, typically ran well at those two tracks. Homestead, we've ran well at. Atlanta, Phoenix, we've gone well at times. So realistically, I mean, I'm looking forward to all the races, but you know, like I said earlier, we're missing something in our program. We don't know what it is. We've been testing a lot. We went to Milwaukee and tested, Nashville and tested, trying to find what the variable is in the equation that we need, and we're just struggling trying to find it right now. But you know, we got a great group of guys at Joe Gibbs Racing and everybody on the Home Depot team. They're going to work as hard as they can to figure out what that variable is so we can be good these last 10 weeks.
Bobby Labonte, your teammate, also has been struggling, Tony. Is it basically the same problems you and he both having?
Well, you know, to be fair to Bobby, I think a lot of it is, you know, having a crew chief shuffle in the middle of the season like that. That's not the easiest adjustment. And, you know, he's got a great group of guys that are working for him right now, not to take anything away from those guys, but it is a transition when you work with a different group of people and different guys that are making decisions than what you're used to. So, you know, I know it's been a hard probably 2 months for him, but, you know, we'll regroup and we'll have him on top of his game again next year, just like normal.
Tony, I'm curious, your comments a minute ago about having an off night. Are you one of the guys that subscribes to the theory that one bad race in these 10 and you're done?
Yeah, I am actually. I'm a multi-subscriber to that theory. You just aren't going to be able to have a bad night. I mean, you look at the competition in this series and you look at the guys that made the top 10. These are guys that are very capable of putting together strings of top 5 finishes for 6-8 weeks at a time. So, you know, if you have one bad night where you finish 38th to 43rd, it realistically easily could take you out of a chance at finishing in the top 3 spots in the points, let alone the opportunity to win a championship here.
I know you're proud of your sponsor. Just want to get one thing in real quick. Last week you saluted the Port Charlotte Home Depot, and this week I believe it was the Fort Myers store, and those people have worked very hard.
Yeah, they really have. I tell you what, it's staggering each day. I mean, the load of plywood comes into Home Depot, and it's gone in the first hour that the store is open. So it's pretty devastating down there. But it's really neat to see how many of the store associates from different stores have gone down to Florida stores and putting themselves in danger just to try to help as many people that have homes down there as possible. So from everybody at Joe Gibbs Racing and myself, I mean, we're just so proud of the Home Depot associates that are doing all that work for us.
Thanks for your time. Good luck in your chase for the next Telco.
Thank you.
David?
Standing by with Elliott Sadler, who last year in the championship finished 22nd. This year they turn it around and you get to contend. How does that feel?
Man, it's kind of hard to put in words what it feels like. It's my first time getting to run for a championship. It's the first time my sponsors actually got to run for a championship. So they were all here tonight bagging me up and kind of wishing us good luck for the next 10 weeks.
They were doing what to you?
Wishing me good luck.
Bagging you up?
wishing me good luck, bagging me up, getting us fired up.
That's what I wasn't familiar with.
Getting us fired up for the next 10 weeks. I mean, we feel like we're ready to go. I mean, coming off a win last week, I got the winningest crew chief in the garage. I got the best pit crew on pit road, and man, we're fired up. We think if we can be consistent like we have been all year long, that we can be the sleeper in this thing.
Let's talk about last week. You guys win at California. Premium time to put a W up there.
It was, and that's the best way to clinch a championship clinch the berth, the chase for the championship is getting a win. I mean, that's unbelievable. It was cool for, we had a lot of M&M's people there, and to do it with the win, to do it in style like that was great to show everybody this team is still in stride. The last 2 months, we've done really, really good. We've been very consistent. We're still the only team right now in the sport with no DNS, and we want to continue that progress all the way through at the end of the season. We think if we can do that in the last 10 races, run every lap, average about a 10th, 11th place finish, we can definitely be getting that check when we get to New York this winter, and that's what we want to do. That's the style of racing that we're going to try to race, and we're going to carry the best car we got every week, so no more saving, and we'll see what happens.
Tonight, to get into the chase, you only had to start. I mean, did you have some people trying to lock you in the bathroom or do anything to keep you from starting the race?
No, nobody did anything bad to me. I know Bill Ware. I was pretty mad at Bill Ware, but he didn't have me up where I needed to be at the beginning of the race when we did y'all's little pre-race discovery countdown to green. I wanted to be up clinching, but it's pretty cool when we took the green flag. Todd and all the guys congratulated me and the whole team on to get a spot to race for the championship. So tonight was fun, man. This week has been great. I've got to spend it in Virginia with a lot of family and friends. It's been so relaxed. I've been racing for 22 years, whether it's go-karts or late models or something. I've never been able to race anything where points was not involved. You know, points, it don't matter tonight. We're just going to race hard, take some chances, and we did. It bit us when the caution came out, but it's the most fun I've had in a race car in a long time.
Well, Elliot's done a lot to help his chances here. In fact, he played golf this morning. His other passion did very well. He's going to play again tomorrow, Alan. So keeping up both passions for Elliott Sadler, and he's in the chase.
He's been in the top 10 in the championship standings the entire season so far. That man led the championship starting the night tonight. He'll enter the chase for the Nextel Cup Championship second to Jeff Gordon. We hear from Jimmy Johnson when TNT returns to the Richmond International Raceway.
Out of the way.
Richmond International Raceway now emptying of fans. The competitors still loading their equipment in the garage, and those who've qualified for the NASCAR Nextel Cup chase for the championship are still down in the bullpen, as they're calling it, and talking with you, Marty.
Jimmy Johnson debriefing with Jeff Gordon on what was undoubtedly a frustrating evening for you, Jimmy.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, luckily it was, tonight and not next weekend. And hopefully, you guys will use their heads and you won't have lap cars crashing and taking out points leaders and, guys running, third, fourth, and fifth in the race. But, it's how it goes. You've got a lot of bullets to dodge when you're out there in the sport. And in this final 10, something like this is gonna determine the championship. Some bad luck, some racing luck. It's going to be a major factor when you have tracks like Talladega, Martinsville, even Loudon. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be stressful on all of us, but it's going to be good for the fans. I just hope that this Los Monte Carlo and this team can stick together as we have, and we should be fine. We'll be in good shape.
Yeah, 36 tonight, and I've got to ask you, 4 of the last 6 races, 36 or worse. That concern you at all, even though a lot of those were not your fault?
I mean, you always want to have, the momentum rolling in the right direction, but with those finishes, we've had, a lot of bad luck that we can chalk up as something else. So, our speed and performance has been there. We've just had some bad luck, and might as well get it all out of the way now so we can start over on a clean sheet of paper next weekend and take it from there.
That's a good point. They got it all out of the way now, and they're going to New Hampshire next week, where they won both of the races last year, Alan.
Jimmy Johnson has been in the top 2 in the championship standings since Talladega mid-April. He's got to hold that for 10 more weeks. Matt Kenseth when we come back. It's the chase for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Championship preview show. We finished race 26, now 10 races starting next Sunday in Loudon, New Hampshire, to determine which of these 10 drivers will be your 2004 Nextel Cup Series champion. Trying to stage the photo of the 10 drivers. The photographer is obviously disagreeing with the choreography. Put that on going down in the bullpen area just between the racetrack and the pit road.
Everybody good?
Matt Kenseth and Jeremy Mayfield, the 2 of the top 10 we haven't heard from yet as far as the championship is concerned. So let's take this break while they do the photo, and we'll hear from Matt and Jeremy after this. You're watching NASCAR on TNT. The chase for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Championship is on, and those are the 10 drivers who will compete for the 2004 crown. Jeremy Mayfield with a win, moving up 5 places tonight to secure his place in the chase. Matt Kenseth has been in the top 5 in the championship since winning the 2nd race of the season in Rockingham, North Carolina. What a year it's been for Matt. Let's hear from him now.
And he had clinched before coming to tonight's race, and almost good news the way your night transpired.
Yeah, it was a mess. We had a great car, which was a good news. Our DeWalt car ran, really awesome all night on long runs. We started the race terrible. We actually pitted on lap 9 or something to work on it, and Robbie made some great adjustments, and we did good up until we pit under green and left the wrench in the back, and that took away our chance for victory. But before that, we had a great car. We just caught Jeremy for the lead, just got around him, and we had that trouble and lost a couple laps. That kind of put us in for the night.
End of the year trying to win back-to-back championships. Do you like the way this team is sitting right now with 10 to go?
Well, yes and no. I mean, we got a great team. It's the same group of people. They know they can do it. We just have to, all of us, including myself, we just have to apply ourselves. We can't make mental mistakes like we made tonight, and can't be inconsistent on pit road like we were last week. We got to put it together and not make mistakes. And we got to go out and want to win this thing and work hard at it, not make mistakes. And we're plenty capable of doing it. We just got to put it all together and do it.
2 points wins, 1 non-points win. Do you feel like the driver that's going to win the championship is going to be a guy that's going to go out and dominate and knock down some wins, or the guy who's going to go 4th, 5th, and 6th?
Both. I mean, it's going to be the guy who can win races and can lead laps and get the most points that way. And it's also going to be the guy that doesn't make a mistake, when he's having an off day, when he's got a 10th place car and he brings it home 10th. That's what you need to do. You can't have a winning car and make mistakes like we did tonight and finish 28th, and you can't have a 10th place car and wreck it and finish in the back either. Whatever you have that night, you have to finish, what your car is capable of. It's very competitive. It's hard to get to run up front each and every week. And when you're up front, you got to make sure you get that finish.
Antsy to get started?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's, with 10 races to go, it almost feels like it's the second week of the year, just because that's about what the points look like after 2 or 3 weeks. Everybody's pretty close yet. So I'm excited to go to Loudon. This is a great track for us. I'm still real disappointed about the night tonight, but I'm excited to go to Loudon and get it rolling.
The 2003 champ chasing a 2nd title, guys.
Matt with a 28th place finish tonight after a couple of problems. No problems tonight for Jeremy Mayfield. Picked up the win and got himself a place in the chase. You're watching NASCAR on TNT. We're back to Richmond after this. Post-race coverage here at Richmond International Raceway on TNT after Jeremy Mayfield won the Chevy Rock and Roll 400. He kind of had trouble coming up with the words in victory lane earlier. Let's get his thoughts about being in the championship now that he's had time to think about it some, Dave.
We will ask him that. Alan was just talking about the fact that now you've had a lot of time to think of words to put that you didn't have in victory lane to this whole championship chase. What do you think?
Yeah, you're right. I didn't know what to say. I was just so proud of the guys and everything, and just to be able to be in this, the last, come to the last race, I guess you say, and step up to the plate like this team did is pretty awesome. And now I feel like we got a good shot as anybody to win the championship, and just thank NASCAR for allowing us this new point system and allowing us to be able to have a shot at it. It's pretty cool.
Jeremy Mayfield, championship contender by winning here tonight. Alan?
Mayfield led 151 of the 400 laps to pick up his first win of the season. Talk about a clutch performance. That was the one, and that didn't have anything to do with the burnout. The chase for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Championship Preview Show is brought to you by Nextel, coast-to-coast walkie-talkies in under a second. NASCAR and Nextel, partners in speed. And by Chevy, the winningest name in racing, an American revolution. So with 10 races to go, the point totals of the top 10 are adjusted upward, and that will be what the standings will look like when we wave the green flag in New Hampshire next Sunday.
So Ryan Newman now only 45 points out of first.
And our coverage from New Hampshire begins on TNT Friday at 3 Eastern with Bud Pole qualifying next Sunday, 12:30 Eastern. The NASCAR Nextel Cup chase for the championship begins. We'll start with Discover Card Countdown to Green. It's been an exciting night here in Richmond, a lot of twists and turns, and we're just getting started in deciding this thing.